What's up, boys and girls? How are you? Welcome into another Sunday morning live stream here on the Betting Pros YouTube channel. Terrell, Furman, and Matt Perrault with you guys for about 45 minutes. We're going to break down every game coming up. Not going to break down the Jaguars' disgusting performance in London.
Terrell, was that even a game?
It's 35-10, dude. 35-10.
It's not even a game. Horrible call by me on the Betting Pros show earlier. Horrible call.
Are they going to leave Doug Peterson in London? Just take everyone else back and say, buddy, stay. You're good.
No, I would actually send him home early because they have a second game. So I would tell Doug P, yo, you can go home. We're good. We don't even need you.
Man alive. That game is ugly. 35-10 with 10 to play in the fourth quarter. Jacksonville looks awful. Chicago, again, looking better and better every week. The young quarterback keeping, people in Chicago interested, saying, all right, we got a kid here in Caleb Williams. We got a bunch of games to get into. I got trashed yesterday. Ruined. I got to have a bounce back spot here, Terrell. So we need to get going here. I need to find some winners here today. We break down every game. We give you props and plays and picks that we like here for today. If you guys have any questions, you guys can put it in the live chat. We'll get to it if we can today on this. Happy Drake May Day. Yes, Robert, happy Drake Day May. If you're celebrating, for me and Andrew Erickson, we're going to celebrate Drake May today as to he gets his first career start with the New England Patriots. Let's begin with Washington in Baltimore right out of the gate. I'm on this. I think the Commanders are going to hang here. They're 4-1 ATS. Baltimore's defense has not been great. Every game for the Ravens except one has been decided by one score. I'm taking the Commanders plus the 7 here. Total this game up to 51.5 now as people are playing the over quite heavily. Opened up at 49.5. Terrell, who wins today? Who covers today? Ravens, Commanders.
I'm on the Ravens. I think the Ravens are actually going to get it done. I think the Brian Robinson injury is really, really big for me because that made things a lot easier on Jalen Daniels. Like he's an extremely good running back, keeps them above the sticks, and they're able to drive down the field and make third and short, third and manageable for Jalen Daniels. So now Austin Eckler, we'll see how he is as a runner today and if they're able to keep the run game going. But I think that the Ravens defense wakes up, and I just don't know how the Commanders are going to stop this Lamar Jackson team when they really, really get rolling offensively. Derrick Henry's been a monster, and then Lamar Jackson has heard everybody. He heard Jalen Daniels said, I don't want to be Lamar Jackson. Don't compare me to Lamar Jackson. You should be blessed to be compared to Lamar Jackson, unanimous MVP. I think Lamar Jackson is going to put on a show, multiple touchdown passes through the air. I like the Ravens.
Touchdown passes. We haven't seen that from Lamar much this season. And look, I love the Ravens. They're my pick to win the Super Bowl. I love the Ravens. Their defense, I don't love. I think Terry McLaurin's going to feast today. I think there's going to be problems in that secondary. We just haven't seen this Ravens defense slow down anybody, and that's why they're playing the over. And look, oftentimes it's favor in the over, right? There's some correlation. I actually think if the game's going to be a win by double digits by the Ravens, that means the Commanders don't score. That means the game goes under. I think it's favored in the under on this, under 51.5. You can correlate the two there. If you like the Commanders like I do, I think we go over. We go over this and have it be a 51-52. I think, look, the Commanders have to score. If they're going to be in this game, they've got to score. I think they score through the pass. I think Daniels continues on this. He's not going to win the MVP, but it's been a pretty darn impressive start to a career so far. And again, I just don't trust this Ravens defense. I want them to, I hope you're right for my future bet going forward. I hope you're right.
Yeah.
That we see this defense wake up and actually get going. But we've seen a lot of people who are on the Ravens. I'm going to take the hotter team of the two here. It's a battle. This is quote unquote a rivalry game in the DC area in the Beltway. I'm on the Commanders. You're on the Ravens. Probably better I'll be on Terrell's side given the way my week is gone. Arizona on the road at Green Bay. This number has been pretty stagnant. 5.5 at open, 5.5 currently. Totals on the move. 49.5 down to 47 for the Cardinals on the road. This is not like December Green Bay, Terrell. This is October. This is, if you're the Cardinals, this is the time you want to go up there and play there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm for one. You put me in 50-degree weather, and I'm shaking like man. I can't.
Tell me, yeah, I'm with you. It's 68 degrees here, and I'm in a hoodie, so I'm with you.
I can't do it. It's not my thing, but I think this is a good spot because I'm not a fan of this Cardinals defense. I think that Jordan Love, when this passing attack is healthy, he has so many options to go with the football. You saw them start to kind of wake up last week. I think Jordan Love really, really wakes up. I like his overpassing today.
Oh, I like it too. I love this from a contest play perspective. It's 4.5 in all the contests. I don't mind that. 5.5 always worries me because 5.5 is the number the books put up when they don't know what to do. They just they throw it up and say, you guys tell us. Like, here's the number. You guys go play it. I don't know. I lean Packers. I think you're right. I think this Cardinals team, can they go on the road and win back-to-back weeks? Kind of the old adage, right? You fade the second week, road trip. They went to San Francisco. Cardinals won the game outright. Then they go to Green Bay next week and win again. Two top teams in the NFC. Cardinals go and do that. That's hard to imagine that winds up happening. And I think the Packers they need to get into gear here defensively. They got to start playing better. Offensively, they've been fine. Defensively, they haven't been great. They've been getting shredded in certain games. So today may be the game that they finally wake up a little bit and hold down this Cardinals offense. That's where the number is coming down from a total perspective, down to 47. Patriots hosting the Texans. This number,
game of the day.
This number is ping-ponging. It's 7 at Circa here in Vegas. It's 6.5 at Superbook here in Vegas. It's 6.5 at the South Point. DraftKings just went to 6.5. Caesars is at 6.5. The total is 38. It's absolutely disgusting on this. So, which side of this are you? Are you on that Drake May is going to throw 2 picks and get his head ripped off by one of the most blitz-happy defenses and most aggressive pass-rushing fronts in the NFL, and the Patriots score 3 points and lose the game 24-3? Or are you into the Drake May first start? Patriots are 5-1 straight up when they start a new quarterback over the last 2 decades.
Really?
Yep. They're 5-1. Do they get there? Because we've heard all the narrative about CJ Stroud on the road as a favorite. It's a big X. It's a big no play. Doesn't work. Patriots cover. Texans roll. Where are you?
I can't take this Texas team laying points. I just can't. It doesn't matter. I've seen them not cover a spread of 2. I've seen them not cover a spread of 2. Like, they just don't cover as a favorite. And this is also another spot where Texans way better defensively at home than they are on the road. And so this could be a spot where, hey, maybe they have a good offensive game plan. Maybe they're able to move the ball. This Patriots defense, I think, is really good. Like, Christian Gonzalez in the secondary, very, very good. And with no Nico Collins, it makes things a little bit easier than in terms of coverage. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots hung around this game, made it a 3-point game, 4-point game, and just very, very easy for Drake May. We're not trying to break the mold. We're not trying to turn him into Tom Brady or anything. Very easy, simple game plan, and just keep the ball moving.
No Ramondre Stevenson. Drake May's going to scoot today.
Yeah.
Drake May's their running back today. You could say that Drake May the Patriots don't want Drake May to get hit. It's his first game. But let's be honest. They're playing with a third-string center. They're playing with 2 other backups on the offensive line. He's going to be running for his life today. But that means he gets out, right? That means he gets outside. 27 yards, not a lot of yards. 28, 29 yards for Drake May today. I think Drake May is going to pick up a lot of yards. I think that's one of my favorite props of the whole day today is Drake May to pick up a bunch of yards running the football. I think Drake May there over 27.5 rushing yards. I don't think it's crazy to see him get 30, 35 yards or more rushing. Without Stevenson, I think that's a huge opportunity here for Drake May to pick up a bunch of yards running the football today. Can the Patriots win the game?
I don't know. I don't know about win the game. I don't know about win the game, but it seems like the Texans just let teams hang around. They play down to their competition. When they have good competition, they get up. When they don't, they don't. Right. So, there's always an opportunity. I think there's always an opportunity. I'm with you with the Drake May prop as well, but I'll take it a little step forward. Give me an anytime touchdown plus 350.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Love
Drake May to score.
Oh, yeah. What if he goes and he sees it open up, or maybe they call him a play. Maybe they call a quarterback draw for him by the goal line, and he just kind of takes it in from 10 yards out. Like, I think that this opportunity, he get into the red zone and he's looking around. Coverage is really good, and he just decides to make it happen with his legs. Like, I think that's 100% in the realm possibility. And remember, we've seen rookie quarterbacks get into the end zone. Jalen Daniels, Bo Nix. I like Drake May get a touchdown.
So the numbers are this, if you guys are looking for the miracle for the Patriots, even for the Commanders too, by the way. Teams in the NFL through week 5 who are 6-point dogs or higher are 11-8 straight up and 16-2-1 ATS. It is the greatest percentage of ATS victories through week 5 dating back to 1960. It's the most wins by a team that has won by a 6-point dog straight up winner. 11 wins is the most wins we have seen since 1960. This has been the most insane season of NFL football ever. So if you're sitting here going, I can't win in the NFL, you are not alone. Professionals, everyone, no one, okay? I don't care who they are, okay? Everyone's having bad weeks. They may have a good week or a good start, and overall in the macro, they might be up, but they're having bad weeks because of what's been going on. Teasers. I don't have a teaser this week. I'm not going to tease anything this week because I can't believe that the Wong teaser formula is so broken because of that stat, because of what's going on with the big. It doesn't benefit anymore to go up over 3, over 7, or under 7 and under 3 when the number's at 7.5. There's no benefit right now. This has been a year with the lowest point spread in the last 20 years. The average point spread in the NFL through week 5 is -4. I mean, that is just stuff that we don't see very often. We've had double-digit. I mean, today, there are 8 home dogs today. That's one of the highest number of home dogs in the first 2 months of the season we've ever seen. We've had hard weeks in the NFL. This week is brutal. This is one of the hardest cards that I can remember looking at going, I don't know. I got to play on both sides. I can make a case for both teams. I can make a case for the Patriots to win. I can make a case for the Texans to win by 30 today and just could destroy the Patriots and have it not even be close. So this is the problem when it comes to the NFL right now. And look, we're trying to be Notre Dame, right? We're trying to predict human behavior, which is really difficult to do. But even with the normal math, the normal handicapping that we all have at our disposal, the numbers and everything else you be going on, all the DOA stats you want to throw out with the defenses, it's more of a coin flip than ever before, where it's just like, who wins? Like it is really, really crazy. Can't wait to see what happens here today, because if the Wong teaser thing continues, I don't know. Next game is Tampa Bay and New Orleans. I love my teasers, and I may have a personal teaser going
you do. This is why it's shocking.
Yeah, I love my teasers. I love teasing games. Gotten killed with the formula. I've done okay personally. I'm like, my primetime teasers are 5 and my same game teasers in primetime are 5 and 4. So I've won a little bit there. My personal teaser, I think is 4 and 2, I think, this year. But I'm 0 and 5, so I'm giving it all back with the Wong teaser, so it doesn't matter. It's basically just a wash because I haven't hit a Wong teaser yet on this live stream. I'm 0 for 5 so far this year. New Orleans and Tampa. New Orleans is 3.5-point home dogs. This is another one of these things. I'm playing the numbers here, Terrell. I'm looking at the numbers. You're giving me a home dog at 3.5, and it's simply because of Spencer Rattler. Like, how big of a drop are we expecting here? Because if you listen to the beat writers, and I was reading a bunch of stuff with the Saints this week, they're all saying that the drop from Carr to Rattler is minimal. And it shouldn't be a 4 or 5 point swing here with this. I like the Saints today at home against the Bucs. How about you?
It's tough. I mean, you have Todd Bowles in that blitz happy defense going up against another rookie. It's less point spread. I'm having issues here. And the only thing that I'm concerned about is the Saints defense going up against Baker Mayfield. They've been really, really good all season. They've been limiting quarterbacks all season, and I think that's an issue there. So if I had to look, it's probably towards the under. I think both defenses step up really, really big here. But in terms of the game, player prop, give me Baker over 12.5 rushing yards. I think he's going to run for his life. I think that everybody's talking about, Spencer being running for his life as well. But I really, really think Baker Mayfield's going to, because how good they defend Mike Evans. This Saints defense good overall. Like, I think they're going to bring the pressure. I think Baker's going to have to get out. And he's been really, really good to this number, rushing the football.
I've bet this before. I'm going to bet it again. Baker Mayfield over 1.5 touchdown tosses. They don't run the football very well. Tampa's throwing the ball in the red zone a ton. They did it in prime time against the Falcons last game. I bet that. I hit that. I'm coming back again with it. The same thing with Baker Mayfield. It's plus money, unless I got a plus money last night on Baker to throw over 1.5 touchdowns. It's just the way this game flow. I think you're probably right with the under, but I think this is a 3-point game one way or the other. And I think it feels somewhat like a 24-21, 27-24 type football game to me. And that's just because it's the NFC South, and they don't generally play low-scoring games. I mean, this is kind of even though the Saints are the number one red zone defense in football. I liked them. I liked them last week against the Chiefs. They didn't cover. They could have. There were numerous weird things that happened in that football game, but that's the Chiefs, and weird things happen in the Chiefs. Referees get involved and whatnot. I think the Saints could win today, and I think Spencer Rattler might be the starting quarterback for the rest of the year for the Saints. I'm not sure Derek Carr plays again for the Saints. He looked so bad in that first half against the Chiefs.
Uh-huh.
I was watching the game going, if they had a competent quarterback, they've got guys open all over the field.
Yeah,
Derek Carr just his arm strength is not good enough. He throws lollipop jump balls way too often, and he panics in the pocket. Hopefully Rattler takes a hit, because look, I'm not the guy getting hit by a 300-pound defensive lineman. Who am I to sit there and tell a quarterback to sit in there and take a hit?
Uh-huh.
But Derek Carr's got to take a hit. He's got to take a hit. So hopefully Rattler takes a hit today, and we'll stand in there when the pressure is coming up the pipe. All right, guys, we're gotten to the Browns and the Eagles. There are 227 entries left in the $14.2 million Circa Survivor contest. We started in week 1 with 14,266 entries. We are down to 227, 5 consecutive weeks. The number one pick has gone down. The number one pick in today's Circa Survivor by a long shot. 110 of the 227 entries left are taking the Philadelphia Eagles to win over the Browns. The number was 10. It's all the way down to 8 now for Philly. Cleveland going to shock some people here and beat the Eagles?
I mean, if they're doing it, I'm not betting it. So they can do it all they want. I'm happy. The Eagles looking ahead to the New York Football Giants next weekend. So, if they drop a game, I'm gonna be happy. But I can't bet Deshaun Watson. No way. Like, not in this team. The defense doesn't look as advertised. He can't make a forward pass at this point. Like, they're getting sacked, and that's really the issue for me, is the offensive line and how questionable the offensive line is. Deshaun Watson throughout his career has been one of the most sacked quarterbacks. He holds the ball way too long. It's a lot of other quarterback things that we could sit here and talk about, but the fact is that he doesn't have a fully healthy offensive line right now, and that's been completely destroying him this year. Gave up plenty of sacks all season. I think he's one of the most hit quarterbacks this year. So that's what's really, really going to kill it for me. If the Eagles can't get pressure, then I think that Eagles secondary is very questionable, and Amari Cooper can have a very, very good day. But I just can't see Deshaun Watson not getting hit a bunch of times in this game.
Guys, if you want your chance to score a signed Michael Strahan Giants jersey for free, courtesy of our friends at pristineauction.com, all you need to do is head over to bettingpros.com/contest, complete the form, and either download the Betting Pros app, leave a review for the Betting Pros podcast, any of them, and subscribe to our social media at Betting Pros on X and TikTok, at Betting Pros NFL on Instagram. The more actions you complete, the more entries you receive. We will be announcing a winner right here on this very YouTube channel for Betting Pros. So make sure you turn on the notifications so you can be alerted when the new episodes are up, and you can claim your prize. That Strahan jersey looks pretty sweet. I know some people who want to get a hold of that. So that's a nice little gig. Go ahead and do that. bettingpros.com/contest to go there and enter for free. One more quick thing here on the Eagles. Look, this is a wild situation with the Eagles. Hi, Terrell. Where'd you go? If you look at the way the Eagles are playing this year, I can't imagine. This number makes no sense to me. Like, that they're going to all of a sudden go and destroy anybody. And the Browns with Deshaun Watson have got some massive, massive problems. And, there's bathroom break. Okay. There's some massive, massive problems with this Eagles team that if the Browns win today, I won't be surprised in the least if the Browns win today. Like not even a little bit surprised if the Browns win today, just given the fact that the curse of the Circa Survivor is real. But I also think that the Eagles, I don't know if I'd put them as this big over anybody, to be quite honest. We'll do one more read, and then we'll see if Terrell can come on back if you guys have this. Let's go with guys, the prop bet cheat sheet, which I've used for one of my prop bets today. Maximize your prop betting success with the Betting Pros prop bet cheat sheet. Instantly compare sportsbook lines with expert projections to find the best value. Customize your bets by filtering props by matchup, odds, and bet type, ensuring you only see the most profitable opportunities. Get tailored recommendations and track winning trends with ease using this comprehensive tool. Take your prop betting to the next level at bettingpros.com/props or on the Betting Pros sports betting app. Go and get it. Play for free. bettingpros.com/that. Oh, and then we can do this too as well. Good job on that. Thank you. Join the NFL podcast group. You guys can join by visiting the community tab in the Betting Pros app or by going to bettingpros.com/NFL contest. You guys can sync your picks or use the quick pick feature on the Betting Pros app and get a chance to win free weekly or monthly prizes. Elevate your betting strategy and join the conversation today at bettingpros.com/NFL contest. And you guys can go and download the new app, Betting Pros app as well, with same game parlay tool, the betting system, social bet feed, and sportsbook sync. Download the Betting Pros app in the Apple Store or the Google Play Store today. Okay, let's get into a couple different things. You're back. Good. Okay. Do you think what's your outlook on the Eagles long term? Because I look at this team and look, we know we've already seen one coach get fired. We've already seen it in New York with the Jets. I really feel like Nick Sirianni is walking a thin line here. And if Nick Sirianni loses this game today, the Eagles might be in line to make a change.
I think Nick Sirianni 100% is on the hot seat. I think a loss to Deshaun Watson today solidifies that he's probably out the door Monday.
Right.
Not even wait until Tuesday, Monday. I'm sure he's out the door. But I think that this Eagles team is just slightly overrated. The secondary, I don't think is good. I don't think they have a good secondary. The front seven kind of mask a lot of it in how they're able to get pressure. And Jalen Hurts is a turnover machine. Like, you can't win football games constantly turning the ball over. They've been extremely unhealthy to the early part of this season. So now they're getting a lot of their guys back. So we'll see how the offense looks going forward. I think that the offense has a lot of potential to be still really good, but the defense just gives me nothing to make me feel like, the first game of the season when they let Jordan Love torch them up, and not saying anything against Jordan Love, but that he was absolutely cooking. And when you get to the playoffs, when you get to playing teams of caliber, there are going to be a lot of quarterbacks like Jordan Love that is going to torch this Eagles secondary. So I'm very, very concerned for the defense. I think the offense has room to improve, and I'm sure they're going to get back on the right track, but the defense is concerning.
Yeah, without Kelsey, it feels like that offense just hasn't been the same. A.J. Brown hasn't been the same. It's just not the same type of explosive offense that we've expected. And Jalen Hurts isn't running as much as he used to. I don't blame him. I get it. He's been taking so many shots in his career. I don't know. I think this is going to be a really interesting situation for the entire Eagles organization. They're at a crossroads. This is a game you're supposed to destroy the Browns. That Browns defense isn't bad. We've seen it before. It's why people like the Browns going into the year. People like the Browns in week 1 against the Cowboys because of that defense. It got annihilated. That defense suddenly starts to play the way it's capable of playing. The Eagles might be in for no pun intended, a dogfight here tonight. One more game in the early slate, Indianapolis at Tennessee. I'm actually really excited to watch this game.
Yeah.
This number has flipped. And it opened up with the Colts being favored. Now the Titans are favored. They're laying 2.5 points. The total is 42. It's an AFC under for the Titan win total. So I like the Colts. Give me the Colts to win this game today.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go against you because they said Anthony Richardson's expected to get the start. And at this point, Anthony Richardson and Will Levis is a complete wash for me. I think both of them make horrible turnovers, and it's just really, really tough. But he has the big play, and I think that's why people gravitate towards Richardson. But Will Levis can make a lot of big plays too, and Will Levis has an amazing defense behind him. I think this Colts defense might let up a bunch of points. They can't stop the run. There's a suspect to the pass, whereas even with the Titans, if it's Richardson, if
he's
it's
out.
Flacco,
He's out.
So is he
Flacco?
out?
Flacco's starting.
So Flacco is starting.
I still
like the Titans defense because now Flacco's not gonna be able to go anywhere. He's a lawn chair. He's a cone, a traffic cone out there. And I think that the Titans front seven is going to get home. I expect to see 3, 4, maybe even more sacks this game against
Wow.
Flacco. Like I'm betting on Titans defense. So I like to take the Titans here.
Yeah.
And if I could play a total, give me Colts team total under. I
Cool.
think the Colts are going to struggle to move the ball today. You're giving me the Titans off a bye with this defense. I'm going to back them 100%.
Colts team total today is 20.5 for team total.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll take it.
I think it's so wild. There are a couple of things when it comes to groupthink in the content space and the sports betting space and the professional space. Everyone's on the Titans. I think the Titans are trash, so I can't back the Titans at all. I'm on their under wins. I can't stand Brian Callahan. I can't stand Bill Callahan. No thanks. I can't get involved. I'm not betting it, but I'm pulling for the Colts. All right. Much like yesterday in the college window, the window at 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern was way better than the early games. All the good games.
It feels like that all season. All
the
season, I
good
feel
games
like the
happened at
3:30. Yeah.
Great games at night. The late games are arguably better than the early games, to be quite honest. Yes, I like Washington, Baltimore. Yes, I'm going to watch the Patriots, obviously. In Tampa Bay and New Orleans, decent. Cleveland, Philadelphia, Chargers and the Broncos. The total now is down to 35.5. It's 36 at Circa. It opened at 36.5. 3-point number for the Chargers on the road. I don't know what to do about this game, except this is 13-10. Is this not? I mean, the Chargers are 4-0 to the under this year. They don't score. They run the football. They play defense. It's the same thing the Broncos do. How does this game go over, Terrell?
I mean, it has to be a call made by your buddies out there in Vegas. That's the only way. They had to make a call out here for this one to go over. I'm with you. There's no way I want any parts of the over in this game. I don't like the Chargers. I don't know if the Chargers are good.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is working, and maybe he needs time. Maybe he's got to put this roster together, and he needs another offseason, draft picks, all of that. But right now, it's just something that looks really, really bad about the Chargers. We're going to see if Justin Herbert is healthier,
right,
and if he's going to be able to pull that. But it feels like everybody wants Justin Herbert to do what Josh Allen is doing in Buffalo with his weapons, and he's not.
Right.
And so because he's not, this team hasn't been good. With that being said, I think this is a good spot coming off of the bye. I do like the Chargers, but the under for me, 100%. I can't see this being any more than, like you said, a 13-10 game, something ugly like that.
Key numbers 37. Totals of 37 or lower are 33, 12, and 1 to the under since 2020.
Beautiful.
There are two games that come in on that are on the under. This one, and then the game here in Vegas between the Steelers and the Raiders. I'm on the under. In the Chargers-Denver game, I'm on the under for the Steelers and the Raiders. This number is 36.5. Pittsburgh is laying 3. It's been solidly 3, open 2.5, solidly 3. Aiden O'Connell is going to get destroyed today. Is he not? I mean, this is one of the best defenses. They don't give up points. It's TJ Watt against a questionable offensive line and a quarterback who can't throw the ball really anyway. This feels like, again, like 13-3. Steelers win, Steelers cover, game goes under.
Yeah, and hopefully it's not the get up spot of this team rallying behind O'Connell, getting the start. And they played well for him in the past and the defense has gotten up for him in the past. But I just can't see Aiden O'Connell scoring on this Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Like TJ Watt, I think, is going to be a man in the backfield the entire game. I would look towards, and there's no Zamir White as well. So they're going to who is it? Alexander Madison to get the start in the backfield. So there no Zamir White. Devontae Adams doesn't look like he's going. Yeah, I like a Brock Bowers day. I see that in the chat.
100%.
I like a Brock Bowers day, but that's about the only thing that I could like for the Raiders. Give me a Raiders team total under.
Yeah, on the daily.
So definitely want to back the Raiders team total. Up, you here?
Yep. Got you?
Yeah.
Back. Sorry, did I freeze? I personally look at this and say that I think it's going to be ugly. I think O'Connell throws a pick. I think the Steelers win. Team total under for the Raiders. I don't mind Bowers being the binky that just gets him out of trouble. But when Aiden O'Connell was good, it was when Devontae Adams last year went to Raiders brass and said bench and start AOC. Bench Garoppolo and give me Aiden O'Connell. He doesn't have Devontae Adams. This is a much different offense. Jacoby Myers has an ankle injury. They don't have weapons. White is nicked up and probably isn't going to run the football, although Abdullah has been better at running the football anyway than White has this year. This offense is not going to do anything today. Okay, like the Steelers offense does nothing anyway, and this might be the last start for Justin Fields. There's a lot of Pittsburgh people here in Vegas today to go to this game. This might be it for Justin Fields. It sure sounds like, Steelers country, let's ride is coming next week. They're going to lean, they're going to change over, and it's Russell Wilson time coming very soon because Fields has played well. The team got off to a good start, but the offense just hasn't delivered and hasn't seen the productivity that you would need to keep the starting position in the NFL. It feels like it's going to be Russell Wilson, and that means low scoring, no offense for the Steelers, no offense for the Raiders. We're going under 35.5, 36.5 now, 36.5 for the Raiders and the Steelers. Atlanta's at Carolina. Numbers now 6. It was 3, steamed up. Totals up to 46.5. You like the dog or the favorite here?
Oh, I like the dog. I'll take the Panthers plus the 6. This is a close your eyes special. Panthers underperformed the spread by 21 or more points last week. Now catching points this week, about a 66% trend here. And the Falcons haven't won a game by more than 6 all year. It took overtime for them to do that against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think that this is a defense that you can pass on, as we saw in that Thursday night game. I think Andy Dalton is a much better quarterback who is going to be able to move the football, and he has the options and the weapons to be able to push it downfield. I think Xavier Leggett's going to have a pretty good game. They're going to be able to get some big plays down the field to him. They've been running the ball effectively. Like, Carolina has found a way to slowly make themselves look competent. There's times when, of course, Carolina's, but I think they found a way to make themselves competent with Andy Dalton. And I'm not laying this number with Kirk Cousins. Absolutely not. I'm not laying 6 points with Kirk Cousins. So I like the Panthers here plus 6. The look ahead was 3.5, I think.
Right.
So a lot of extra points after Carolina got destroyed last week. I think this is a 3-point game.
This is going to be fun to watch. If Carolina beats the Falcons, I don't think you're wrong. I think the Panthers are live to win the game outright just because, everybody is so in on the Falcons. The number is steaming, and I don't get why.
They arguably should be a winless team. They had the last second drive with the Eagles, the last second drive with the Chiefs.
Overtime walk-off in prime time on Thursday night. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, the NFC South is an interesting division. I'm not sure with Dalton at the quarterback spot, I'm not sure there's a massive difference between all 4 teams in the division. So, I mean, with Bryce Young, it was a bit different for that offense for the Panthers, but I don't mind it at all on that. Game of the day, in my opinion, Lions at the Cowboys. It's got the 125, 425 window. This number finally got off of 3. I've been waiting for this number to get off of 3 because I'm on the Lions. I was like, come on, where is this number move? How can this stay at 3? We're now at 3.5, even money, 52.5. This feels like an under to me. 52.5 is a lot of points in today's NFL, but can the Cowboys protect home field in your mind?
No, because they can't stop the run. Last in rush DVOA this season. Will you tell me David Montgomery, who just signed the extension, Jahmyr Gibbs, like, they locked this backfield up for years to come, and that's where they're going to start this game. Everybody's wondering, when's Jared Goff going to have the big game? No, it's because they're running the ball so effectively. He doesn't have to. He does what he needs to. And so I like Jahmyr Gibbs over on the rushing here. I think that they're going to absolutely control the line of scrimmage and handle business.
This is a stat. I think they put it up on Thursday. If Montgomery scores today, I think he ties the record for most consecutive games with a touchdown. I think it's 7. He'll have so, like, in the red zone, anytime touchdown, not a bad bet with Montgomery to score here today. I think he ties Walter Payton. I think that's who has the record for most consecutive rushing touchdowns in consecutive games. So I'll have to check that stat, but I know he's scored every game this year. He's on my fantasy team. He scored every game this year. So dating back to last year, I think it's 7 straight games. So David Montgomery, anytime touchdown, you want to just go ahead and ride with trends. That's a trend to go ahead and play. They give him the football in the red zone all the time. And I think this Cowboys defense is just so banged up. It's play ball control. I think the under, if you and I are right, that they run the ball down and throw at the Cowboys, under 52.5 seems to be the play, no?
Yeah, and I think this is a revenge game. Remember last year how this game was 100% of, hey, look, Taylor Jenkins. What was it? Not Taylor Jenkins. Taylor Decker. Taylor
Mm,
Decker. He didn't report eligible. Oh, it didn't count, and the 2 point conversion didn't count. They end up losing the game, and all of that. So I think that's going into this. And as much as Dan Campbell, Jared Goff, and everybody says that, I don't think it plays a part. I 100% believe Dan Campbell is like, hey, let's play a clean game this week, guys. Let's not give them a chance to steal the game from them last year. We're
right.
going to do everything by the book. We're going to look very, very polished, and we're just going to go in there and beat the crap out of the Cowboys. I'm
Mm.
100%,
Mikey Awesome,
100% here.
Mikey Awesome, you're right. Terrell's not used to me cutting out. We had a long conversation about this. I've doubled my internet speed for you guys
Yeah.
who watch my other shows. I've doubled my internet speed. I've replaced the modem. I'm on a brand new computer. There is nothing else I can do to stop myself from freezing, and it appears to be a StreamYard problem. We were having a conversation before the show because like I'm out of ideas as to like why I keep on, and I'm not even running it, guys. Like Sal is back running this. We have a producer for this show. It's not even me.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't even blame me saying, oh, Matt's got too much stuff running in the background, blah, blah, blah. It's none of that. I have no idea why I freeze. It's the most frustrating thing that happens when I'm on live. It happens at least once a show, sometimes more than once a show. So people are liking, you're going, oh no, Matt froze, because it's kind of like a running joke. It happens all the time on the other
Mm-hmm.
show where I'm freezing. Finally, it's Bengals and the Giants. Look, I don't like the Bengals, but I don't like the Giants. I can't believe this is a primetime game. I watch it just because, but do you have any bets going in this game? Because this is sort of like a watch game for me. I'm not sure I'm betting anything.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the points with the dog here in
Wow.
my New York Football Giants. I mean, there's one team that has a defense, another team doesn't.
Right.
So
Fair.
in a game of football where you got to have both, I mean, yes, do we question the Giants' offense at time? But I think the defense is going to put them in good situations. They right now lead the league in sacks, and so I think this is a good opportunity for them to get home to Joe Burrow. I think this is going to be a really, really good defensive effort. And hey, I know the Bengals are desperate. I understand everybody's out there laying the 3.5 with the Bengals, but Dable 21-11 ATS as a dog. They're able to go out. Hey, I think it's a 3 point game. I think it's a 3 point game where the Giants do something. They look good for 3 quarters, and then they do something at the end of the game that pisses me off as a fan.
Yeah.
And we end up with a loss, but I somehow cover like I did against the Cowboys, where we end up with a loss and I somehow end up with a cover again. The Giants have been covering. They've covered 4 straight. They've covered 4 straight. I'm going to back the New York Giants to just go ahead and do it again. So I like the Giants to cover plus the points. I'm not going to play a money line play though, because when I play my Giants on the money line, it never turns out right.
Yeah. AOWN. You know I have nothing else open but this show. You guys know this. We don't have anything else open. We close everything because we have to. But you're absolutely right, guys who are in the chat asking about it's a perfect fall asleep on the couch game. Yes. It's a put it on, take a nap, get up at halftime. Oh, what's happening? Okay. All right. Maybe I want to play something. We'll see. Look, the Bengals season's over in my mind. I know people are saying, whoa, whoa, whoa. They're 0-3 at home. Okay. This is a lost year for this Bengals team. They did not anticipate the drop off from Joe Mixon and not having a running attack. They're one dimensional. I think you're right about the Giants. I think the Giants might be able to slam the door shut with them being able to throw the football consistently with their pass rush. Joe Burrow has talked about not being healthy. He doesn't feel right. The wrist is not right. It's not the way it used to be for him.
Mm-hmm.
Big warning signs, big warning signs with this game in my mind for the Bengals. Giants win this game. Bengals are in deep trouble. I mean, I think
Zach
they've done
Taylor's
it.
fired too. If the Giants win, Zach Taylor's fired on Monday.
Really?
Yeah.
Fired?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, they start the year off slow all the time. You can't keep
all the
starting
time.
their season off slow and thinking that you're going to be in a good position come playoffs.
Look, I covered Zach Taylor at Nebraska. He was a JUCO transfer quarterback that came in under Bill Callahan. I told you I already hate Bill Callahan. I hate them both. They're both tied. The Callahan and Taylor are both tied in my mind. Zach's a nice guy, nice kid. How he got to the Super Bowl, I have no idea. I know how he got the job. I mean, people who've watched BBB, you guys know this. I was like, how did he get hired? How did he get this job? Because he was around Sean McVay for a couple of years and he got through osmosis. He became Sean McVay. I've never understood it at all with Zach Taylor. So maybe you're right. I don't know if they fire him mid-season, but I think he will be out at the end of the year if things continue to go this poorly for a for the Bengals. Okay. Quick thoughts on Monday night. I know we don't normally talk about Monday night, but because the Jets fired Saleh, do you buy dead cat bounces? You're in the region. Do you buy the Jets love? Because I had to talk like 3 people off taking the Jets for the Circa Millions contest. I was like, just don't play it. Like, just
Nah,
don't play it.
I'm done. I'm good. I'm good off the Jets. I just the offense is horrible. The defense steps up at times, but it's not as consistent. And Josh Allen's just been good. For somebody that doesn't like somebody that doesn't like Josh Allen, he's just been really, really good.
Mm.
Really good. And just being able to control games. I know they're going through this little slide right now. The Jets is the perfect team to get off the slide. The perfect team to get off the slide. So I'm not looking into the Texans and the Ravens game too much. Those are 2 teams way better than the Jets. I like the Bills.
All right, go ahead and run through your card, Terrell, before we get out of here. Everything you're playing here today. A couple of prop bets we didn't mention.
All right. We got the Panthers +6 in the close your eyes special. I'm going to take the Ravens at home lane, the big number 6.5. It's definitely a tough call with how big big favorites have been this season, but I'm going to continue to back the Ravens here. Laying 6.5. Baker Mayfield over 12.5 rush yards. Drake May over 27.5 rushing yards. And add that anytime touchdown in there, +350. Jordan Love over 257.5 passing against that Cardinals defense. Antonio Gibson, I think that there's going to be a lot of checkdowns. We can get this in 2-3 passes over 17.5 receiving yards. Again, no Ramondre Stevenson. And then I love fading the Cowboys. 30th. The one of the last teams in rush DVOA, 100%. Give me Jahmyr Gibbs over 61.5 rushing yards.
For me, you guys will notice the absence of a teaser here today. We're going to break on the teasers after what's happened the last couple of weeks. We need to kind of pause and reassess the the math. I like the Saints at home against the Bucs here, catching 3.5 points. I'm going to go with Spencer Rattler. I think he's going to play better than Derek Carr, and there are weapons on that Saints offense that need to be utilized. The Bucs on the road, divisional game. I like Baker, but I don't like him to win by more than 3 points. I'm taking the Commanders +7. I'm on the other side of Terrell. I think this is an opportunity for the Commanders to keep the game close. The Ravens have had a 1-score game in every game except one so far this season. I think this is, again, another close football game. Ravens may win, but I don't like that Ravens defense. I'm going under with the Steelers and the Raiders here in Vegas, 36.5. That's under 37. We gave that stat out of 33, 12, and 2 to the under for 37 points or lower since 2020. Don't think Aiden O'Connell does very much for the Raiders. Justin Fields hasn't shown he can move the offense consistently here for this offense. Max Crosby should play for the Raiders. That's good from a pass rusher perspective for Las Vegas, under 36.5 in that game. And then the Broncos and the Chargers. Chargers are 4-0 to the under. They're off of a bye. I don't think Bo Nix is a big game. I don't love this Chargers offense either at all. I like the Broncos defense to be able to slow down the Chargers. Broncos could cover that number. They're dogs, but I'm going under 36. Aiden O'Connell, like I mentioned, under a half of a passing touchdown. That's plus money. That's plus 128. I don't think he throws anything today. I'm not sure the Raiders score a touchdown today, to be quite honest. So under 1.5 passing touchdowns for Aiden O'Connell. Baker Mayfield, I'm going over, even though I do like the Saints to win or to cover the 3.5. I do think the Bucs in the red zone, their running game is not good. They can throw the football and have thrown the football. Mike Evans jump ball. Yeah, I mean, I know the Saints look to shut him down. I get all that, but I think you could have a Mike Evans touchdown today, over 1.5 touchdown tosses. That's also plus money for Baker Mayfield. Jameson Williams, I think he has a big game. I think the Cowboys, I mean, you mentioned just they can't stop the run. They can't stop anything. I think they can set the run up with play action, big play to Jameson Williams, going over 44.5 yard receiving yards for him. And then I'm with you on Drake May. I like the anytime touchdown too. I think that's fun. Drake May over 27.5 yards rushing for the Patriots. He is their running attack. Like legitimately, he is their running attack. Ramondre Stevenson is out. That's why I can't understand the Patriot love. Like they're going to have to throw the football to who? Like, who are the Patriots throwing the football to? So, Drake May, over 27.5 yards rushing. I like those plays here for today. All right, Terrell, before we wrap, any closing thoughts on week 6 of the NFL?
No. Let's try to turn around. Have a great weekend.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so for sure on this. Guys, thank you for being here. We appreciate you watching. We're here every single week, myself and a rotating cast of characters going through all the games coming up here I'm back Thursday for another live stream on Thursday Night Football. He is Terrell Furman. I am at Perrault. For Sal in the back, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you next week for week 7 of the NFL here on the Betting Pros YouTube channel.